Liverpool v Man United, the clash of the giants, the game that football fans alike were looking forward to all week. It was like the headline fixture. And it was boring. It was a really boring game. So uneventful. It finished 0-0. And there just wasn't a lot in the game. I felt both teams were very cagey. There was a lot of caution throughout, and there wasn't many opportunities for both teams, really. Alisson for Liverpool, he made some crucial saves, but the entire game was very underwhelming, I thought. If we look at the stats here, Liverpool had 66% of the possession, and that was clear to see, especially in the first half. They dominated, but they just did nothing with it. And time again, they were playing it down the left-hand side, trying to link up with Robertson and Mane. But it was just the same result, the same outcome every time. They'd get a shot, United would close them down, they'd get a block in. I felt United actually had the better chances with efforts from, I'm pretty sure there was some from Pogba and Fernandes. Yeah, 66% possession for Liverpool, 34% obviously for Man U. Liverpool had 17 shots to Man United's 8. 3 shots on target for Liverpool to Man United's 4. Liverpool had 7 corners, United 3. 15 fouls for Liverpool and 6 for United. So those were the stats. Just feels there's nothing really to talk about. I thought it would be a 3-1 win for Liverpool. I thought they would really show up today. Even though their form has been off, I think they've only managed to score 1 goal in their last 4 games now. But United, they've got some good stats really to take away from the game. They're now unbeaten in their past 16 away matches in the Premier League. Only once they've gone longer without a defeat on the road, 17 games, ending in September 1999. So if they keep this up, they're going to break that record. Liverpool are now unbeaten in their past 68 Premier League games at Anfield. Wow, that is a lot of games to stay unbeaten. United are the first side to stop Liverpool scoring at Anfield in a Premier League match since Man City in October 2018. And this was Liverpool's 43rd home league game since then. Under Klopp, Liverpool are unbeaten in all 7 of their Premier League games at Anfield when facing the side starting the day top of the table. United still are top of the table. Let's have a little look at the table here. It was a great chance for United to win it and pull away, but they got a point. They both share a point in the spoils. I say spoils. There was nothing to spoil anyone about that game, but it is what it is. They've got 37 points. They're still top. Leicester are second, 35 points. They've really come along. They beat Southampton yesterday 2-0. And they're ahead of Liverpool now. Liverpool are third with 34 points. Tottenham are in fourth with 33. I'll just do the top 5. And fifth are Man City with 33. And Man City's form is good. So yeah, it's a disappointing game, I think, even for myself as a neutral, to sit through like 90 plus minutes. I actually found the stream that I did this with, my watch along. Yes, I've got my videos back. I was actually banned for a whole week because I was sharing footage of the game as I was watching it. I know, pretty naughty. But I'm back now, and yeah, just want to say thanks to everyone that joined me today. You know who you are, the regulars. And yeah, there was times where I enjoyed talking about things that weren't even related to the game I was watching, just because the game was so dreadful. I really did expect more, but we've seen this happen already. We've seen Man United play Chelsea earlier on in the season, 0-0. Man United played City earlier on in the season, 0-0. And I guess this can happen with the big teams. They can go in, they can set up more to kind of park the bus and be quite cautious, as I said, with their play. And I don't know. I don't know what the managers have said before the game, but it just feels like Jurgen Klopp and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer have said similar things to their players. We can actually look at what the managers had to say about it after the game. So we'll start with Jurgen Klopp. If we win this game 1-0, it's completely fine because of the possession we had, the football we played, a lot of things. You cannot deny Man United for 90 minutes. We never could. It's probably not possible for anybody, especially when they are in a good moment. But with all the things which were said before the game, they are flying, we are struggling. The boys played a really good game tonight. My boys, against a good organised side. We played exceptionally well in the first half. The counter-press was great. The passing was good. Positioning was good. We didn't score. We know that's the most important thing in football, so we don't want to miss that, but we missed that. But there were really good football moments in the second half. The game was a little bit more open. They had two big chances, I have to say, and Ali made two really big saves. You cannot deny them everything. We had to be dominant here, and with their counter-attacking threat, it's a tricky one. There's no easy explanation why the goals have dried up. You have to keep going. You have to try to ignore the external noise. We have to stay focused on doing the right stuff. You cannot force it and shoot from everywhere. I liked the game. The centre halves were great. The way we played was flexible. Having two midfielders in defence helps with football moments. We had to be good to get a point. I thought we were good enough to get all three, but we didn't because we didn't score. Then he was asked, how do you end the goal drought? It's not like we sit at home worrying about it. It's football. These things happen. You cannot explain why sometimes this happens. There are moments when you score from all angles, like Crystal Palace. Yeah, 7-0 that one, wasn't it? Then the other moments. It's about creating. Create, and we'll score 100%. Everybody knows it. It's just a bit annoying in between these moments, not scoring and starting to score again, that you have to talk about it constantly. So how's that? We keep going. Pretty realistic about that. He didn't overplay it. He didn't try and make out it was anything it wasn't. He was very realistic in that he gave credit to his team. He said they played well first half, which I like. They did play well, and they got in good areas, good positions on the pitch. So yeah, I agree with Klopp. And he can't say anything negative. You know, he has to back his team. But yeah, I think he ended that very well, and he's realistic about what they need to do, which is score goals. Let's hear Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's reaction to that now. We didn't play well enough. We didn't impose ourselves on the game, especially first half. We grew into the game, and towards the end, you felt it was there for us to win. We created two massive chances, and there were two brilliant saves by the keeper. We can play better than this. We know that. We can be more composed. We can have the ball more. We had to defend too often. We gave the ball away too easily. Some moments we missed when Marcus makes his run in behind. Maybe don't pass it every time he runs. And sometimes we miss the opportunity when he should have been given the ball. I thought Paul was absolutely brilliant today. We knew he had to do a job defensively and help us with Robertson. I knew he was excellent. He should have got the goal his performance deserved. I've got to be honest and say I'm a bit disappointed at the moment. You're playing against a fantastic team. They had more of the possession. With the injuries they've had, you think you might be able to go here, get a result. We didn't. A point might be okay if we win the next one. Should you have been braver? Was asked of him. It depends whether you mean the team selection or on the ball. I think we could have been better on the ball, but I'd probably start with the same team again, if that's what you're asking. I know we can play better, but we've come here away from here with a point, which shows how far we've come in a year or even 6 months. It's a positive. You take your point, but you want to win every game. We go again, and we know we can do better than this, which is the big positive. So Solskjaer there started off by not being too negative, but again being realistic and just being truthful, saying they weren't up to scratch. They didn't play the best, and he feels they missed their chances in the game. They didn't take their chances, and he knows they can play better. But got to be happy with the point. But he says it's football. Basically, it's about winning games, and they know they can build on that and do better. So look, it's not a terrible result really for both teams in terms of their positions in the league. At least they can both come away with something. It's more disappointing for football fans, I would say, because there's been a fair few 0-0 games. I heard the Arsenal Crystal Palace game was diabolical. I saw the highlights, and even that, watching those for 3 minutes was boring. So watching the whole 90 would have been not something I would have liked to have done. But you don't know with football. This is the beauty of football. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't watch the game beforehand thinking, yeah, I already know it's going to be 0-0. So you've got to be in it to not to win it, but as a football fan, you've got to be in it for these times, because you're always going to have the really good games, the fun, exciting matches, and you just don't know when they're going to come. And unfortunately, it wasn't today. But anyway, that game's done. Man United are still top, so they've got a lot to be happy about. The wheels haven't completely fallen off for Liverpool, but they've got to sort themselves out, obviously. And I did watch briefly a fan reaction channel video, and they were saying that maybe they have to readjust their expectations now and expect top 4 and Champions League places, because they got injury problems. They're playing Jordan Henderson in a centre-back position when he's actually a midfield player. And they need to get a centre-back, and they probably need more strikers as well, with the likes of Salah, Firmino and Mane not quite up to snuff right now. But look, that's how it was, 0-0. I'm about to go out for a run. That's why I'm dressed in my Bournemouth kit. Seems a bit funny doing a reaction video to Liverpool versus United in my Bournemouth kit, but I just want to get out of the door, and this is what I run in. So yeah, hope everyone is doing well in the world. You're keeping safe. Keep enjoying the football. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and have a good week. See ya.